Hey guys, Noahsdope here. I'm a new YouTuber, so if you could please subscribe and like, there'll be more commentaries and gameplay. But today I'd like to kick off this channel with a little story about me. There's going to be a lot of these, so please, if you do like it, please, give me some feedback and look for more. So how I got kicked out of school. One of many exciting stories I have, at least I've been told it's, interesting. So I went to a school for about a semester, and before that, in 8th grade, my friend had introduced me to marijuana, and I had been smoking it, regularly, and smoked it just for fun, recreational, but one day I decided I was going to go to a friend's house and stay the night, so I stayed the night, we're kind of messing around, partying a little bit over the night, and I had to go to school the next day, and I'm not one to ditch school too much, so of course I went to school. He didn't, he stayed home, and I guess I had brought somebody in my backpack to school, and as I have gone to, I go to school, I had it in my backpack when I went to school, and so I go through first hour fine. I was a little, in pain, kind of hungover, I was kind of tired that day. It was, in Arizona it's hot, and it was, during the summertime, very hot, so it was hot that day, so it was pretty much hell in the morning. Get to my second hour, and that periods were an hour and a half, so by the time I got to my second period, it was already, 10:30, midday, in my second period, and we had a substitute, because my teacher, who had been teaching, was out for a week or two, and this substitute, she was an old lady, nice old lady. She wasn't too strict, but, she kept coming up to me and asking if I was okay, and I guess I had just looked upset or something, like I needed to be sent to the nurse's office, and she was just trying to look after me. So I kept, kind of shushing her off, but at the same time, when I'm at school, I try to mess around with friends and stuff just to make it a little less boring for me. That's saying I'm not a straight A student because of that, but, I kind of have C's and stuff actually, but I had... I'm kind of messing around with friends a little bit because I've been feeling a little better because it was, kind of later in the day, so I was kind of getting better. I just didn't want to have to sit through the whole class period and be bored and stuff. And then, whenever she'd come over, I didn't want to, act mysterious because, anything. So I was kind of just sitting there, and I guess me and my friend had been playing this game, Bloody Knuckles, and if you don't know what Bloody Knuckles is, it's basically where you take, your fist and you just kind of hit each other's fist until, either somebody quits or, you just can't take the pain anymore. So we're playing that game, and I guess, because of the way I was acting in front of her and stuff, and then she'd walk away, and I was kind of acting crazy and weird, she kind of took that as me, just trying to push her off. So she, took that very suspiciously. And I don't know if there was something else that tipped the event off that I just didn't, notice or anything. But, it could be. But, so now I am, I'm just sitting there in class, and the security guard, they had security guards at my old school, and the security guard walks in. And he comes up, and he knew who I was, because, a couple of days before that, I think it was probably 5, it was my last period, and I just wanted to leave, me and my friend were kind of kicking it, we were about to go to his house, it was PE, so we went to class, we signed in, we were walking out, and, this security guard had asked us where we were going, we said sweep, because, in high school, I don't know for any other state, but in Arizona, in the district I was in, if you don't go to class, or you go to class late, you go to sweep, so we just told him, we missed our bell, and we're going to sweep. And he's like, oh, okay, let me walk you guys there. So, that's how I met that security guard. I had gotten a little bit of trouble with him before. But, he kind of asked me if I knew why I was getting pulled up. And I said, no, I really didn't at the point. It wasn't a lie to him or anything. I respected this guy a lot. I talked to him a little bit. And so, he pulled me up there. And he sat me in the chair. In my principal's office, there was, an attendant in front of 2 offices, and there was my principal's and the vice principal's office. And then the principal pulls me in his office, not literally, but I go into his office, sit down, and he's like, do you know why you're in here? And I said, no, sir. And he's like, well, we have reasonable suspicion that, you are intoxicated, and that we are going to need to search you. He's like, do you have anything on you that we should know about? And, at this point, I didn't know I had anything, if I did have something, I knew he was going to search me. I mean, I knew I didn't hide it well, whatever, I would have told him. But I said no, so he starts to search my bag and stuff, and keep in mind that the vice principal is right behind him, watching him do stuff, and he's searching through my backpack, and first he opened the main pocket, and he dumps everything out, and just kind of searching through stuff, and what was funny is I had a book checked out from the library about weed, just because I kind of was interested in it at the time to see the side effects, and well, there's really not that many, but just to see what exactly goes into the making of the plant, and what people had to say about it. So I had that checked out, and he found that in my backpack. He didn't say anything about it because I mean it's a library book from their library, so they can't be too careless about it. So I mean, he didn't say anything, but he kind of just kept looking, and then the front pocket, I had a backpack, it was a front pocket, and then if you pull it forward, there was a pocket in back of it, but there was also a zipper on the, in between them, and so he looks front and back, and then he kind of puts my backpack down, and then I guess the vice principal, he picked up, and he goes to double check it, and then he saw the zipper, and he unzipped it, and there was a bag of marijuana. Now, it was like, if you do smoke, you'll probably know this, but it was under, I want to say half a gram. Now, that's a very small amount. I do not know why I'd carry that in my backpack. I would not carry something that small, trust me. But it was under half a gram. I just noticed by how small it was when he pulled it out, and he takes it back. The vice principal, this is the principal's still sitting in his chair, and he gives it to the principal, and he smells it, and then he hands it back and says marijuana. And at this point, I was just kind of shocked, that, it was in there. I wasn't going to say anything because I knew it was mine, I wasn't stupid about it, I wasn't trying to make excuses even though I didn't know it was in there. I knew it was going to be mine because, I obviously did it. So, he took it back. The vice principal took it back. There's a desk in back of the actual principal's desk, and he put it there. He started taking photos of it and stuff. And then he lays it down, and he started taking pictures of it. And then he put it, I don't know where he put it. The vice principal walked out of the room, and then the principal, was kind of talking to me. He was kind of talking some crap, actually, I thought it was a little, weird. And so first he calls my mom, and, he basically says, we're about to call the police. We have to call the police either way, but if you want to get here before they do, we have to call them right now, but usually you can get here before they do. So then he goes ahead and he calls not the emergency police department or anything, but he had a special number where, he just informs them and 2 police officers. About 5 minutes later he came in. They didn't really give any time, and the principal said it was faster than normal, and he thought my mom was going to have time to get there, but she did not. And they basically talked to the principal. I don't know, it seemed like forever in my mind, but it was probably only 5 minutes. And then they took me back for questioning, and they asked me a whole bunch of questions. And I wasn't too, I didn't really hate on them too much for doing that, but there's a couple of questions I did refuse to answer in it. And then they took me over. Well, before they did that, they'd pat me down, like, in front of the office with, and there was another student there watching me get pat down, and I knew him. And then the security guards walking past that looked at me, and he just kind of shook his head, like, in disappointment. And, that kind of sucks, just because, I had talked to him a little bit, and, so then he questioned me, and, then he took me back over to the seating area in front of the attendant's desk, and, my mom at that point had just got there because, she was at work during the day. I don't think she was just home. And then, so during the day, she came from work, and then she's talking to the principal and stuff, just trying to figure out what happened, and then she takes me home. The car ride home was pretty quiet. She did yell at me a little bit, though, and then, during the car ride home, it was, I don't know, I don't think she had much to say, pretty sure she was just mad and stuff. And then before we walked into my house, she's like, look, no, I'm searching your room. If there's anything in there, you might want to tell me about it now before it's too late. So I didn't tell anything. Actually, I told her that I knew right away that there was 2 blunt wraps in my you know, it was actually just cigar wraps that I was using it, you know, as such a thing. So I knew it was in my dresser drawer, and I knew I wasn't getting away with that one, so I just kind of gave that up. And I mean, they weren't there, but it was the wrapper for it, and I knew I wasn't smart enough to throw it away. So and then in my chair, I didn't tell her this, but in my chair there was a pipe, a lighter, and a bottle, but it didn't have anything in it. And it was pretty well hidden. I had a rocking game chair, and on the bottom of that had like a zipper in a little compartment, and it was in there, and I didn't think she'd find it. And so she's cleaned up my room. It was probably, God, I mean, when I was sitting on that couch, I was more worried about deleting, you know, messages on my phone and stuff, but I was super, you know, just upset. I don't know how to explain it, you know, just kind of not really scared because I was already caught, but it was just kind of in the moment thing, like, wow, you know, this is actually happening. So, you know, and then she comes out, you know, she's screaming and stuff, yelling, I found it, and, you know, so she tells me what she found, and, you know, I wasn't too surprised, but, you know, she was just very upset about it, as I would have been if, you know, I had a child that, you know, after getting caught, you know, lies about it instead of just giving it up. And then she was very upset. And then my grandmother came over and kind of gave me a little talk and stuff, and, you know, but after that, you know, about a month later, I got something in the mail, you know, kind of, because, I mean, keep in mind, the police did have to come there, because, I mean, a lot of people say if you get caught, you know, the police don't come or nothing, no, that's bullcrap, you know, they come in there and they have to question you. And then I got something in the mail. It was like, in the next, you know, give me a date that I had to go in there. I think it was only like a month or something that I had to go in there and talk to, you know, a probation officer. So I went there with my mom, and I was pretty well dressed just because I didn't know what was going on in this town, you know. They could choose to do anything with these type of places, but I ended up, you know, having to take a drug test once a week for 6 months, I think, around 4 months actually. And then every week during that 4-month period, I had to go watch like an hour video. God, that was just like the worst thing ever. Because I mean, it wasn't just that bad that you get caught, you know, that's humiliation enough. But then to go in there, and it wasn't even videos about, you know, weed or anything. It was about, you know, cocaine and, you know, all methamphetamine and all these other type of drugs that, I mean, nobody was in there for. There was about 12, 13 of us in there for. None of us were in there for that kind of stuff. So it was just kind of bullcrap, you know. And I mean, it was just, you know, stupid in my opinion that you're gonna put somebody through that. That's not even, you know, I mean, if they were caught for that type of thing, maybe putting those educational videos in there might help. But I mean, it was, you know, it was totally, I think, you know, stupid for that to go down. You know, I'm happy that, you know, I got placed in that class instead of, you know, having to, you know, do a month in jail or something for it. I don't even know what the other penalties could have been. But that was a one-time class, so if I ever get caught for it again, I'm kind of screwed. But, you know, so now I'm at a new school, which, I mean, I love my new school, don't get me wrong. But, you know, at times it just sucks that I had to move, you know, but I'm so grateful for all that I have now, you know, all my friends and stuff. Then, you know, at times I'm happy that I moved. You know, guys, I hope you liked this video. I know the gameplay was a little weak, guys, but, I mean, I was just trying to get this out there, you know. You know, so many games I'm really bad at, and you guys can see that. But some I'm decent at. At least I like to think I am. Hardcore I pretty much suck at, but, you know. I'm planning to do in the future, maybe a jail, a series of, you know, a jail server or prison server, whichever you prefer to call it. Or, you know, a lot of these, if you guys do like these, I have a lot of stories, you know. This isn't, you know, the best one, but, I just thought, you know, why not kick off the channel like this, because it's New Year, so, you know, just kind of, you know, kick off with it, and hopefully you guys will like it. But if you guys do like it, please drop a like, and, you know, please do subscribe and look for more videos on my channel, because, you know, starting up, I know it's hard. My stepbrother does this, and I watch some of his videos, and he's good, but, I mean, you know, I don't think, you know, anybody starting off gets the credit they deserve. So, I hope you guys liked it. Bye, guys.